Oh, yeah. Now we're talking, baby. Every index in the stock market is ripping right now with QQQ, the NASDAQ 100, leading the way up over 2%, and the VIX down over 2%. So we have to break down the indexes here, the charts, and of course, a bunch of companies, a bunch of stocks that just reported earnings. We're going to cover Microsoft, Meta, Robinhood, a bunch of other ones in this video. So guys, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Come on, follow along for more and check out the free email stock newsletter that is linked down below. Make sure you guys get in there for my top stocks weekly right to your email for free. And with that being said, cheers. Let's get into it, man. What a day. Like I said, every index in the stock market is up right now. QQQ's up 2.2%, the S&P's up 1.5, Dow's up 0.9, 1%, and the Russell's up 1.2%. And now it's safe to say we're fully breaking out. You guys see it here on SPY on the 4-hour chart. We're above both moving averages. We actually have, as of today, a golden cross in play. You guys see right here, golden cross is starting to form, and we're pretty much now at the highs from, or breaking past the highs from earlier in April. By the way, it's May 1st. Happy May. Hope you guys had a great April, as great of an April as you could have had with that crazy stock market we had. But right now, man, we've actually erased all the gains, or not the gains, excuse me, the losses, right? Not the gains, the losses. We erased all the losses from that crash early April. They're gone, right? We took the elevator down early April, and now we've taken the stairs back up, and all the losses have been recovered. And QQQ, I believe, is that this one's been covered, the losses. Now we're starting to break out of the highs from early April, which is crazy, and during that time, and this is why you should never panic sell. During that time, earlier in April, people were freaking out. They were panic selling. And if they just chilled, held on to their stocks, look, a couple weeks later, the loss is gone. Now we're starting to make progress again. We're not anywhere near all-time highs yet. We're not there yet. But let's just say things are looking a lot better now, aren't they? We're up about $80, $90 per share off the lows on QQQ. We're above the moving averages on the 4-hour chart, and we're getting a golden cross like on SPY. Things are starting to turn around. And again, we're up across the board today after good numbers from Meta and Microsoft, which popped the entire stock market to the upside. This is great news. Great news overall in the short term. And obviously the trade war, we're getting de-escalations, or at least, or de-escalation, right? That's at least what we're hearing. That's good news. And until we get a curveball, news out of the blue, we're looking pretty good. I think the markets will continue to coast upwards here slowly, or at least trade sideways. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we're looking at right now. So let me go through these earnings. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stocks, 8 companies I want to go over. A couple of them reported yesterday. Some of them were this morning. So let's just get to it. Meta is on fire, 5.5% in the green right now. And this stock is now fully breaking out of the moving averages on the 4-hour chart for the first time with this move here today. For the first time since the end of February, mid-end February. So we're pushing now to an over 2-month high on the stock, which is great news. And Meta reported earnings per share. I mean, you guys saw it. Hopefully I can even read it here Crap, I'm not seeing it here, but they beat EPS and revenue, and their guidance was super strong. And I read the earnings, I believe, in my Palantir video yesterday. There's just so much info here on the live news tab. I just can't scroll down far enough. But it says here Q2, they see Q2 revenue of 42.5 to 45.5 billion. They see I think full year revenue of 113 to 118. Is that what this is saying? No, I don't know. I guess that was a typo. Either way, they double beat, and a lot of these firms, Citigroup has a buy rating. They up the price target. Let's see. Roth adjusts the price target, maintains buy rating. Goldman Sachs adjusted the price target on Meta, also maintaining buy rating. So we are now breaking out again. First time in 2.5 months, and this is really pushing up the stock market as a whole right now. And let me see if I can pull up their earnings on the on Chrome here really quickly. But yeah, that's exciting, man. And Microsoft, another company that just reported, their stock's going up like crazy as well. So Meta ended up doing, I have it here somewhere. Where are we now? Meta reported 42.31 billion revenue versus 41.1 billion last or not last year, but that was the estimate, and sales grew 16% year over year, and EPS came in at $6.43 versus $5.28 expected. Man, talk about a double beat there for Meta, and Microsoft looks even better. It's up 9% on the day right now, guys. Look at this breakout on MSFT. Unreal. So let me pull up their guidance, or not their guidance, but their earnings as well. Give me a second. We do have their guidance here. We can see, well, before I say the guidance, they reported earnings per share of, where is it? Come on. Looks like here, $70.07 billion. That beat the $68.4 billion expected, and revenue grew 13% year over year. Net income grew 18% year over year to $25.8 billion. Or $2.98, or rather, it was $21.9 billion last year, or $2.94 per share last year. So great double beat for Microsoft, and they gave good guidance, I believe. They guided for Q4 2025 sales 73.1 to 74.2 billion versus 72.28 billion. So yeah, very good. And Azure Cloud grew 33%, also very good. So double beat, great cloud growth, awesome guidance, and now Microsoft, rightfully so, is breaking out to a almost 4-month high. Now we're trading where we were back in January. Think about that, guys. We're now fully breaking out, and it's about dang time on MSFT. So I'm liking that. Robinhood also reported earnings yesterday. Let's see what Robinhood's doing now. They're down about 0.5%, nothing crazy, but it was pretty volatile when the earnings came out. I mean, you can see for yourselves. We went all the way up to about $51, tanked to $45, then we climbed back to $51 today as of the pre-market, and then markets open and we tanked all the way to $46 again, and now we're getting back to $48, $49. So this thing is all over the place. Robinhood, that is. And let's see, Robinhood reported earnings per share of 37 cents. That beat the 32 cents expected, and sales also beat $927 million versus $922 million expected, so double beat. They increased their share buyback by $500 million to $1.5 billion. Looks like here, transaction-based equities revenue at 56 million. That came in under the 60 million expected. Looks like here, transaction-based revenues up 77%. Gold subscribers up 90%. Oh my God, does anybody out there pay for Robinhood Gold? By the way, I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. But not a bad earnings report. Looks like Robinhood Gold subscribers reached a record 3.2 million. So I guess the biggest news is the double beat, obviously, record Robinhood Gold subscribers, and the fact that they're doing an additional $500 million in share repurchases, which obviously takes shares off of the market, making the shares held by existing shareholders more valuable. So Robinhood at this point breaking out of the moving averages. It has been. We have a golden cross as well. This is going in the right direction. We also have an inverse head and shoulders, pretty clear as day. I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing it right here. Left shoulder head. You got the right shoulder. So what do you guys think about that? We are going in the right direction, at least in the Bulls direction. You know what I mean? So let's keep on trucking along here. By the way, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Make sure to subscribe, follow along for more content. I appreciate all of your support as always, through all these videos, all the years of me making content. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So Qualcomm, Qualcomm is down 8% right now. They reported earnings yesterday, I believe, and they did earnings per share of $2.85 on an adjusted basis versus $2.81 expected. Sales $10.84 versus $10.65 billion expected. So double beat for Qualcomm, and they see GAAP EPS for Q3 $2.14 to $2.34 versus $2.33. So a bit soft EPS guidance on the lower end of that range, not ideal. Sales $9.9 to $10.7 billion versus $10.35 billion. Okay, not too bad there. But yeah, I mean, we're down 7-8%, so there's got to be something here that's not ideal for the shareholders. Maybe it's the soft EPS guidance. I mean, look, they beat EPS and revenue for the quarter they reported for, but it's probably that soft EPS guidance that's keeping Qualcomm in this downtrend. Clearly, we tried breaking out, but we got hit at another lower high, and that's how the cookie's crumbling right now for Qualcomm. But keep your eyes on it. Roblox is another one. They reported, I believe, this morning. So now we're getting to the ones that reported earnings this morning. So RBLX is up 3.5%. The stock popped initially after earnings about 9-10%. So Roblox ended up doing, let's see here, guys. They lost 34 cents on the quarter. That beat the loss of 40 cents expected. And bookings or revenue, whatever, 1.21 versus 1.14 billion expected. So double beat for Roblox. And they see Q2 revenue of 1.165 to 1.19 versus 1.17 billion. Pretty much right in line. And they raised their full year 25 bookings guidance or revenue guidance from 5.2 to 5.3 now to 5.29 to 5.36 versus the 5.21 billion expected from analysts. So double beat. They raised their guidance. What more could you ask for? And the stock is pushing, rightfully so. 3.5% in the green. Roblox is now trading pretty close to the all-time highs. Actually, no, it's not. Roblox all-time high, I forgot for a second, was 141 back a couple of years ago, but it's trading, let's just say, close to the recent high, $76. We hit that early February. And by the looks of it on this chart, it looks like we want to go to that price, doesn't it? I mean, this thing's breaking out above the moving averages. We have a golden cross. We're a couple bucks away now. Clearly, momentum's building up. So McDonald's, I know you guys like McDonald's, MCD, they also reported earnings this morning, and they did EPS adjusted of $2.67. That beat the $2.66 expected on sales, which missed $5.96 billion versus $6.09 billion expected. So mixed bag earnings out of McDonald's, but do shareholders really care? Not really. I mean, it's down 0.5%. Sure, they slightly missed revenue, but it's like, all right, markets are still in a shaky spot, and McDonald's is a safer name. Obviously, there's no stock that's 100% safe in the stock market. There's risk with any stock ETF out there, especially with an individual stock. But McDonald's is definitely one of the safer ones. And, it's not that bad of a miss to warrant a big drop in the stock. So we're holding steady, 315 to 20. Not bad for McDonald's, holding pretty flat, which I'm sure shareholders are cool with that. And Mastercard, ticker symbol MA, they also gave us some numbers this morning. They did adjusted EPS of $3.73. That beat the $3.57 expected, and sales $7.25 versus $7.12 billion expected. Looks like here Q1 gross dollar volume up 9% year over year. Cross-border volume up 15% year over year. Anything on guidance or anything like that? Looks like CEO says our steady drumbeat of innovation continues. We launched Mastercard Agent Pay, our new agent or agentic payments program, and we'll work with companies like Microsoft and OpenAI. And we announced a strategic partnership with Corpay to deliver an enhanced suite of corporate cross-border payment solutions. So that's going to be interesting to see the partnership with, see how that works with companies like Microsoft and OpenAI. And MA is moving in the right direction, guys. We are seeing a break out of these moving averages. We have a golden cross. Now let's see if we can take out the highs from end of March, early April rather. We're there now. We're testing it right now. So let's see what we can do. And last but not least, Eli Lilly, ticker symbol LLY, which is down 10-11% right now. Unbelievable drop here for Eli Lilly. Man, these earnings must have been bad. So Eli Lilly reported earnings per share of $3.34, adjusted, by the way, versus $3.02 expected. Sales $12.73 versus $12.67 billion. So double beat for Eli Lilly. They lowered they lowered their full year 25 adjusted EPS guidance, but they affirmed their sales guidance, but them lowering that adjusted EPS guidance, that's what's doing it here. Down 10-11%, holding on above this 180 SMA by a thread. I don't know if we're going to, bounce off of that. It's looking like a falling knife, at least right now, so keep that in mind. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the 8 stocks, 8 companies that reported earnings. And man, we are in an interesting spot in the stock market right now. We're starting to, break out a little bit. We're hearing about de-escalation in the trade war, but do we really believe it? Will there be a deal? Will it take longer than expected? We got this GDP number yesterday that wasn't ideal. Will we get a recession? There's so much going on right now. So we can't be too confident that we're going right back to all-time highs right now. But it is looking pretty good in the short term. Let's just say that. And of course, as always, we'll take it day by day. We'll do a bunch more updates. So make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Join the free email stock newsletter. That is linked down below. And check out my Patreon as well if you want to be a part of the portfolio I'm building there, be a part of the community a bit further. That is linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you in the next video.